Hello, welcome to the Week 3 live session. This week we are talking about word processing. Microsoft Word is a word processing program designed to create, edit, and modify text documents. The reading assignments: Chapter 1, Microsoft Word, Creating, Formatting, and Editing, Chapter 2 on creating a research paper, and Chapter 3 on creating business letters. The assignment, of course, is the discussion board, which talks about how can word processing be done more efficiently. Make sure that if you're using personal experience that you state that so that I don't count off for not having a reference. Then your Week 3 assignment is in two parts. The first part is the cover letter. Make sure you read the instructions so that you format it accordingly. Part 2 is the resume. You're only going to submit one compressed file of your Week 3 folder, which contains the two documents, Part 1 and Part 2. The cover letter has several things that it requires. Mailing information, which is your name and mailing information, the date, the employer's mailing information, a greeting, 4 paragraphs, and then it shows in the assignment what the contents are supposed to be, a salutation, and your name typed. Of course, the signature is not required because you're just sending me your Word document. Make sure on the cover letter that you read the formatting and include all those things: single spaced, left aligned, blank lines where it's required, and the font. On the resume, you're going to choose a template in Word. You're going to customize the resume with your information. Things that should be included are contact information, objective, career summary, experience, education, and skills. So here's an example of a resume template, and once you choose the template, then you make sure you fill in the areas that are there provided. So we have the midterm coming up next week. Make sure you have gone and subscribed to my highlights in the book. I've highlighted the things that will be on the midterm. The default font size in Word is typically 11. You can change that if you want. I've changed to 12 since that's the typical one required. Know the difference between the backspace key and the delete key. If the top set of characters or a graphical image is chopped off, then the line spacing may be set to exactly. What can be contained in the headers and footers? What is autocorrect? To get to autocorrect, you go to change the options. You click File, Options, Proofing, Autocorrect Options. You can add to the autocorrect if you want. A field is a placeholder for data whose contents can change. A note reference mark signals that a note exists at the bottom of the page as a footnote. It's usually a superscript, and at the bottom of the page would be your footnote. Italicized letters are slanted. The Office Clipboard is a temporary storage area that holds up to 24 items, text or graphics, copied from any Office program. So for instance, if I wanted to open the clipboard, you click on the little arrow that opens and closes it, and you'll see that I have a copy there, and you can use this to paste it or delete it. So if you had several in a row, then you could paste them wherever you wanted. A synonym is a word that is similar in meaning, so you highlight the word and you choose synonym, and if there's a synonym, it will list some. Clip art is a predefined graphic, so these pictures that I have on this page are clip art, and you can use clip art in Word, PowerPoint, etc. I think any of the Office programs. I have never tried using it in Excel, but I don't see why you couldn't. What can be considered as a business document? Word by default places a tab slot of every 1/2 inch mark on the ruler. Of course, you can change your tabs. Tab settings are a paragraph format rather than a character format. Shortcut keys save time. Some of my favorites are copy, which is Control-C, paste, which is Control-V, cut, which is Control-X, print, which is Control-P, highlight everything on the page, which is Control-A. Some of the character formatting are listed in the book, and not all of them will be on the midterm, but some of them will. That's why you should be familiar with them if you can. The paragraph formatting has to do with formatting the entire paragraph. That's all I have for this week. If you have any questions, please let me know.